This is Fueling Your Adventure, Essential Backpacking Nutrition on Wander to Wonder. In this video, we will be exploring nutrition and great foods to bring while you're out on the trail. Foods high in protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates will help you fuel your body during the long days on trail. Carbohydrates and sugar are your body's preferred and most efficient source of energy, especially for high-intensity activity, making it crucial to have while you're out on the trail. Carbs are stored in your muscles and liver as glycogen, and when you're active, your body taps into these sources. Having carb-rich foods is a trail must. It really is. Some sources of these carbohydrates include whole grains, rice, pasta, bread, and potatoes, all of which are great to have on you while you're out on the trail. Minus the potatoes. Those can get a little bit heavy, especially when you're having them for more than one meal. Secondly, fats. Fats provide long-lasting, sustained energy, especially during low to moderate intensity activity. They're extremely essential when backpacking. Fat is your backup fuel, especially once the glycogen stores are depleted. When you're feeling a little bit peckish on the trail, fatty foods is one of the best things you can have. One of the best things. And you really, really crave them while you're out there. So fats are just, they're a must. Some sufficient sources of fats include nuts, seeds, oil, and fatty fishes. Protein builds and repairs muscle tissue, while it also supports your immune function. When energy demands are very high, your body can also break down proteins into fuel. Some sources of these proteins include meat, fish, legumes, and protein powders. My favorite protein powder is muscle milk, the vanilla flavor, and I really like to mix up a nice protein shake right before I go out for every single hike. Some great sources of these proteins include meat, fish, legumes, and protein powders. Protein powders are a great little meal in the morning before you head out on the trail. Last but not least, we have hydration. Your body is 60 to 70% water, and you lose a lot of that through sweating, breathing, and urinating, especially during or after exercise in the heat. Some key electrolytes that you need on the trail include sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Some very good sources of these key electrolytes include sports drinks powders such as liquid IV or anything like that, electrolyte drinks, and salty foods. Hydration supports every system in your body: circulation, digestion, and temperature regulation. Hydration supports every system in your body: circulation, digestion, and temperature regulation. You need water on trail, so you're definitely going to have to plan your route as accordingly as possible. Dehydration can cause fatigue and reduced endurance, which is the last thing you need when you're out on the trail. Now that you have an idea of what you should bring on a backpacking trip, you're going to go ahead and create yourself an itemized meal plan. I did this by going to Google Sheets and just creating a new document, calling it my Virginia meal plan. I created 4 different categories for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and a following 6 categories for each day that I will be hiking on trail. Here I have some of my favorite backpacking foods. These are just the things I kind of like to munch on, and there's a couple dinner items thrown in there as well. First, we have some Knorr Alfredo. They're about $1 at Walmart. They're really, really cheap, and they're actually surprisingly good. And they're really light, so it's a very nice dry dinner that you can have. Just put a little bit of water in there, get it to a boil and it cooks right up. Then we have some jasmine rice. Again, just put some water in it and heat it right up. That's really good to just mix with your chicken pouches if you have any. Then we have our pizza crust mix here. This is really good for making pizzas. I like to get the thin and crispy just because it cooks a little bit faster. And I think that's pretty beneficial just to be able to eat quick while you're out there. And then we also have our vanilla protein powder here. It's packed with protein and it makes a really, really great breakfast. So that's a nice one to have. Here we have some salted peanuts. There's not very many left. That's from our backpacking trip. We ate pretty much all of them. They're really good. They're protein rich. They have some fat in them as well. They're really, really good to eat while you're out there. And they taste wonderful, so that's another plus. And then we have our fruit snacks here. We actually with both of these, we take and unpackage them and put them into just little plastic baggies just so that it doesn't take up nearly as much space as it would just how they are now. And it also saves on weight quite a bit, so you're gonna wanna do that for sure. Along with that, I also really like to bring these chicken pouches from Walmart. They're about $1.50 each, and they just add a really nice kick of protein to every meal that you eat. I really like to just bring one pouch for every single day that I'm out there, just to kind of keep me sane and not craving meat all the time. I also like to bring some cheese with me, just for a nice little lunch snack or just to eat when you're hungry. You don't have to bring a lot, but it adds some nice fat to your diet and just keeps you going and mitigates your cravings as much as possible.